This not just girl talk.
It's talk for the people.
You got two women,
Two voices,
one sound.
and that's the truth.
You here with the married Dawn,
And the selective Dawn.
and we here to call a spade a motherfucking spade. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get to it.
All right, all right. We back.
Was that a note you tried to hold?
Me. You heard it.
What you got? You dropping a note?
No. I was looking for this.
Boo.
We back.
Okay, and we're back this evening with a guest. More like our adopted little brother. Tell the people who you are.
My name is Tony. I think I'm the big brother. I don't want to be the little brother. I want to be the big brother.
Nah, you too late for that.
Okay, so
baby.
So Tony, what voice is that you speaking in?
For
Because
real.
you gonna have to keep that up the whole hour.
Why I can't hear me?
I can't keep it up.
You got me on?
Keep it up.
Oh.
You can't keep it on.
Here?
I don't know why we can't hear.
Yeah, I can't hear either. You can't, you sent it to who? Carmen? Oh, that's okay. It's okay. What? Oh, okay. See, that's what happened when you go live. All right, so try that again. You ain't got to be sexy for the people. What's your name?
Tony.
Who are you? Tony.
I'm the owner of LT Electric.
The proud owner of LT Electric. We need you here so the people can hear you. Why we here today?
Man, that's a weird question, though.
Why?
Because you're going to say why we here today. I don't know. Y'all here every Tuesday. Y'all should be here
Well, why
That's
you
true.
here?
Why you here? You're right.
for the after party.
The after party. So Friday, we had the honor of celebrating 8 years of business with Anthony. We hosted his business anniversary, networking event. What else would you like to call it?
The anniversary and the premiere.
The premiere of Through the Wire that's on YouTube. Yes, so we did that Friday. It was an amazing turnout. You had some good vendors there, good drinks.
Great drinks.
What was it?
A little too
The
good.
Plug
And the wire.
and The Wire. Yeah, so that was an amazing event. We're proud of you. Really, really proud of you. And thank you for giving us that opportunity. I guess Brian don't find me important enough to tag.
Hey, me too.
But so what you want to tell the people about your business? How did you get there to 8 years? Oh, but wait, more.
Come on, friend.
Yes. Come on, engineer. Most importantly
Come on,
is
Webster. You supposed to be on top of that.
you right. You from where?
Oxon Hill.
Oxon Hill's finest. So we got a full table of.
Oxon Hillians.
I don't like that one.
No, we don't say that on here.
Well, I'm from Riverview, so I mean, it's easy to say that.
Okay, from Riverview.
I like Oxon Hill because I'm not from Riverview.
Hmm.
I'm Birchwood's finest.
Well, you close.
That face, I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, but so the people who don't know you, who is LT Electric? Like, what does that stand for?
LT Electric is Living Testimony Electric. Like she said, we just did 8 years. And like the questions, y'all, the way y'all asked me is like just, it's an electric company. You said,
Do
who
you
is
need,
it?
do you need
It's an
something else in that
electric
cup?
company.
You're going to have to loosen up a little bit.
I am loose.
I don't know. You about tight as that collar around your neck.
I got
Yeah,
it.
man, because I hate them shirts that you can see your T-shirts.
Okay. So who and what is LT Electric? Like, how did you get to Living Testimony? You don't stay in business for 8 years without something.
8 years, that's amazing.
Living Testimony, I made that up because I wanted something that was catchy, that meant something. Everything I do, I wanted to mean something. So work speaks for itself, and I thought, oh, Living Testimony, it just was like it just hit me, and that's just what it was. And then, that's what it is. A lot of customers, a lot of good jobs, a lot of bad jobs. Maybe
Bad
not
jobs.
a lot of them, but I mean, yeah, because you get bad customers. In the span of 8 years, you get a lot of bad customers. They're not all good.
Bad customers like what?
Oh, man. So I got this thing that if I feel like a person not gonna pay, I need to have like a loophole or a way that I could disconnect everything that I did. Because people don't be trying to pay sometimes. It's just the thing that you run into.
They don't have to pay. Oh, sorry. They don't have to pay up front or pay like a deposit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a deposit, but you gotta think a deposit on a job that could be anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000. You know what I'm saying? People don't. Sometimes they don't pay. It's very rare because of contracts and everything. But I wasn't always doing contracts, so in the beginning it was a couple of rough ones.
Okay, so you talk about having bad customers. Have you ever been a bad provider?
Nah, I'm usually pretty good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
How you meet your mentor?
That was not me, but
But
yeah.
that was your business.
Yeah, but I mean, even after that though, we had insurance, so
Okay.
I mean, that was 8 years ago.
So that's what I'm saying. So in the span of 8 years, there have been some trial and error.
It was only an error if you can't fix it.
Okay. Has there ever been a job that you have not been able to fix?
Nah, it's nothing that we can't fix. Nothing
To
that we
date.
nothing that we can't fix yet.
Okay.
That's dope.
I mean, it's electrical work. If you know what you're doing, that's like somebody asks you, is there any podcast that they could put you on that you can't do? You could do it, right? You're a podcaster. You're good at this.
I probably couldn't do a religious-based podcast.
Jesus,
That's being honest, though. I probably couldn't,
Okay.
unless we talking about
Could you?
sinning. No, I couldn't do it.
Yes, you could. You could play devil's advocate on a Christian podcast.
Play the damn devil. Look at that.
Not. We ain't say that.
I said devil's advocate.
I got it. Okay. So, quick question. G-Say says, how are you measuring customer experience?
Customer experience is measured by a lot of different things. First off, you know, people got this thing that they want to do where they want to follow you around and they want to be all over your back while you're working. I don't like that.
But you in their house.
I had nothing to do with that. You chose me to come to your house. You picked me. So I just want to be able to do my work. And then, you know, some customers, you know, because I feel that me and my people that we give good vibes. So, you know, I haven't been at customer houses and ate dinner. And, you know, they just treat you like you family. And that's how it's supposed to be. Because once I take your money, I feel like we family. Like, you know what I'm saying? I check on my customers. I send them little email blasts, you know, making sure they're good. You know, you meet their kids. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But more specifically,
Ooh, clean that up.
it's the customers that do things like, you know, money is number one thing. Don't mess with the money. The money need to always be right. People that look over your back, that ask a lot of questions, that's trying to micromanage the situation. You know what I'm saying? You brought me in here to do a job. Let me do my job. And that's it. You know, it's just... those type of things make it not even so much a bad customer, but it don't make it a smooth transition because I don't need nobody in my way. And then you want it done as fast as possible. They always want it done as fast as possible, so get out the way.
Do you explain these things to your customers, like this is your requirement or this is your standard? When I enter your home, I'm looking to work in peace, no interruptions. Like, how does that work?
Nah, I mean, I let people do whatever they want to do. If, you know, they want to follow me, you know, I let them follow me. I explain everything I'm doing to them. It's just not my preferred choice.
Okay.
I would rather just be, you know, left alone. But, you know, people, you got to think, a lot of the jobs is, some of them are projects that we go do where it's like, okay, you know, I want to do X, Y, Z. I want recess lights, or I want this, or I want this. But a lot of the jobs we do are emergencies. Where people power is not working at all and something has happened. So, you know, sometimes you might need a customer. You might need to ask them, you know, what happened, you know, when it went out, you know, what's not working, this and that. So it just really depends on the situation, man. But a lot of the work that we do is like emergency stuff, like, you know, this is not working or this stopped working. We had like a couple fires, you know, it's a lot of stuff that go on. So
A real fire?
yeah, real fire, electric fires.
You started it?
No.
Oh, that was
no.
the result.
That was the result.
And that's why they call
Yeah,
you
and
in.
then at that point, all you do is come in and make sure that all the power is dead, you know. So you see some crazy stuff.
Did you, Anthony Ransom, Did you start out independently,
Yeah.
or you came in with a company and then decided to go out on your own?
No. I came in on my own because I couldn't get a job working for nobody else because I had went off on so many people. It was like I couldn't even get a job no more. I was like, man, look at my resume. Like, come on, bro. Like, look at me. And they like, nah, bro. No.
How hard was it to start on your own? Because that kind of job like requires a lot of insurance and liability issues. So how hard was it to start out on your own?
It wasn't hard at all because I had, you know, even though I couldn't really get a job, I had a lot of people that was supporting, like that was pushing me to do it. Like, yeah, you need to do this because you can't work nowhere else. You need to do this. So it wasn't hard at all because the hardest thing is getting the customers. Everything else will come. Insurance will come. Everything will come.
How hard is it to get a customer as a black man? Young black man, too.
It was extremely difficult at one point, but I mean, like, I just figured out, you know, I did so much in preparation for the business that I was just like a student of the game. So it's like the way that LeBron and them prepared for basketball, that's how I did for this. Like, I used to go to Home Depots at the most booming time of the day, and I knew what time it was booming that day. I mean, I work extremely hard. So, you know, and then you got to wait like 2 or 3 years for your network presence to really, you know, become searchable. So I just hung in there and just, you know, and now it's just like we get calls on the regular, like, you search us, boom, we there, you know. You know, looking back on it, it just seemed like it was nothing, but it really was tough. But I think since it's been so long, it just seemed like it just happened like overnight, like it was just like boom.
When did it get easier? Because, you know, a lot of people out here starting businesses and they expecting a quick return. So when did it get easy? Like, you pulled out a nice crowd on Friday.
Yeah.
Full of all different types of people. Older, younger, you know, and everybody was there to support you. So how long did it take to get there?
To party or?
No, not to party, but to be, like, successful and to know that that's the route you wanted to go.
I feel like every day that you wake up and you're still in business, you're successful. You should feel good about yourself.
But there were some days you ain't get a customer.
It was some days that I didn't get a customer.
So,
But I was still good in the IRS eyes, and I lived to fight another day. You might not get a customer every day, but just the fact that I could still do it. Because, you know, when you got a trade, anything can take your license. If you get a speeding ticket, if you get, you know, certain legal trouble, they'll take your license away from you. Now you're at the point where you can't do nothing no more. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I caught a gun charge like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, man, it's over. I was doing all the work I could do. I was doing discounts. I was doing everything. I was like,
But
yeah,
that don't even really have nothing to do with your business.
it got everything to do with it because when you hold
Especially being an owner. I'm sorry.
yeah, but when you hold a municipal license, it's criteria that you got to meet. You can't have a background. You got to do a certificate of designation where you got to give references, a good character, and all that type of stuff. So once you get like a DUI or a gun charge, or you know, you get certain felony. If you get a felony, it's over. A misdemeanor, you'll live. You know what I'm saying? You write a letter, talk to the people, you'll be all right. But if you get any serious charges, your license is gone.
Now I heard you say that you felt like you were blackballed. How so?
I was working at one of the biggest construction sites in the country, down at the wharf.
Okay.
I was the only black foreman. Foreman is the person that's in charge on the project. And I was working with a Spanish guy. He was the only one that gave me a chance. And I went against him. And I went from being the supervisor to sweeping, making like $60 an hour sweeping.
That's
So
not bad.
yeah, it wasn't bad, but it only lasted for like 2 weeks, and then they called me and was like, yeah, we don't got no more work for you. I'm like, dog, you got like 4 buildings that's coming up. Like, let me get on them. Nah, bro. And then for like 6 months, I couldn't get a job. Like, I couldn't get nothing.
How did you sustain those 6 months? That's a long time to be without steady income.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay.
You just do what you gotta do. You know, it's so much other stuff I do than just electric work. So, you know what I'm saying? You always gonna make something do. Baby need new shoes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat. I mean, you do what you gotta do.
So, G-Say asked again, what would you say the tipping point of your success was? Like, when did you know you hit that point of success? Like, I made it.
I knew I made it when I started going to bidding meetings to bid jobs, and I was seeing people that used to be my supervisor. And I walk in there, and they like, hey, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm here to bid, bro. And he looking at me like, oh, okay. And I'm going in these these meetings, knowing that I don't have a shot to get it. But I'm just going in there, going in there, mingling with 50, 60, 40-year-old men who've been doing this for years. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning from them. Even every job that I didn't get, I'm learning. I'm watching what they do. I'm watching how they sit. I'm watching everything that they do, and every time I come back, I'm just going and going and going. And then after a while, when you get to that level, and they start seeing that you're gonna be here, you ain't going nowhere. They get jobs that they can't necessarily handle or they can't take on, and then they'll say, "Hey, man, you think that you could subcontract for me on this?" So once I got into those meetings, because it's hard to get into those meetings, it's hard to be considered for those meetings. So once I got to that point, it was like, yeah, this feel good. Like I was just working for you. And I'm sitting across the table from you. I mean, I ain't beating you yet, but I'm here though. You know what I'm saying? So when you working in the trade, you know what I'm saying? They don't really treat the people who do the work like they matter. You know what I'm saying? And we make it happen, but they just look at you a certain way. And then I'm like, yeah, you can't really look at me like that.
Like the help.
Yeah. Yeah. So. I mean, it's cool, though. But, man, shout out to them because, we still do a lot of things together. They help me out. I help them out.
I was about to shit on them. I'm glad you said that. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's no need to because, man,
You don't burn bridges?
It's not about burning bridges, man. But, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see who run out first. I'm going to be here. They know I'm going to be here. So that's when they start to extend a little hand, When you get to that level of money and that level of security, it's really no reason to stop somebody because that their will and determination and their wits will get them where they need to go. So there's nothing that you can really do because somebody gonna give them a shot. You can't stop them at that point. So they cool. They gonna continue to get their money, and you gonna get something, and they like, all right, that's cool. See them at a Christmas party.
In between people that got business and people that don't, and not necessarily business as far as like LLC or corporations or whatever, but people with business, period. Because usually niggas that hate, they quick to try to tear you down or try to block you from an opportunity or will do whatever they can to shut shit down. Meanwhile, if you got business, you're not worried about the next man because you got your own plate full of stuff to do. So that's big. So what did your first customer look like?
My first customer...
Who gave you a chance first?
Well, when I first started, the only thing I was getting for a long time was TV mounts. So TV mounts was booming at that time. Like, it was just hitting the scene. So you could go mount a TV. Just mounting the TV could have been like $250. Just to mount a TV. Yeah, I think 8 years ago when TV mounts first came out.
Mounts are like $11 at Walmart.
Now. Back then, when we was doing it, mounts was $100 at Best Buy.
Okay.
Yeah, the TV mounts are big.
That's crazy.
And if you hide the wires behind the wall, you could hit them for. You could hit them for $375 for that. I started my business. I lied to you now. When you see my mother, you can ask her. You see my grandmother, you can ask her. I started my business off of TV mounts. I ain't even have my license when I had started, so I really couldn't do certain electrical jobs. But I was in school and I could do the work, but nobody wasn't really banging with me. But TV mounts carried me. I told Carmen this. TV mounts put the boy in the game, and I was doing like 6 of them a day, maybe more on a good day.
How long do they take?
It depends, man. But
that's not an easy 20, 30-minute job.
It could be depending on the wall. But, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it was. It's going to be less than an hour. If you got to run the wire, it might be a little bit more. But still, though, it was killing it.
And you was doing that by yourself?
I was doing it by myself.
So who gave you, was it a black person that gave you your first opportunity?
Yeah.
I'm so proud. I was nervous you was going to say no.
No, it was a black person. He gave me a chance.
That was a man?
Yeah. It's my mentor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, He gave me a good chance.
How did he find you?
I think he found me on Home Advisor. That was back when we used to use third-party marketing things, a Home Advisor. And, you know, my mentor, man, he always looking for a deal. If you get people off a Home Advisor, Angie's List, you know you're going to get a deal.
Oh, for real? I ain't know that. That's why I never used it. Always thought them was gimmicks.
No, they ain't gimmick.
Okay.
You get a deal, but you might not get the best
Work?
which is maybe why we was there.
Because
In the
someone had
beginning.
did a job for him and you had to come fix it?
Yeah, they drilled through my mentor floor. They drilled through the wall and went through the siding on his house. They drilled a hole in his carpet. Oh man, they tore his house up.
For some wives?
Man, I'm
Shit.
telling
He
you.
might have been trying to get like a sound system or something.
He was trying to get a lot of stuff done because, you know, I was green. And I was like, yeah, man, we can do it. You know, he seen something in me. And I'm like, look, man, we can do it. And we could do it. But the problem was, you know, at that point in time, I was a little too eager to put people on jobs and not be there. I'm like, yeah, man, I need y'all to go knock this job out, and I'm going to go do X, Y, Z. And they damn near tore the man whole house down. So I'm thinking the job went good. He get home at 2, 3 in the morning. He called me and he tell me this long list of stuff, and I'm like, oh no. And he like, man, somebody need to get here and fix it right now.
At 2 in the morning?
At 2 in the morning.
Who fixed it?
I did. I got my ass about that bed, hopped in that truck, drove over there, and everything that he pointed out, I fixed it. The stuff that we couldn't fix, I told him, I'm like, look, man, I got insurance, man, I promise you, you know, we'll get it taken care of. I was there till like 4 or 5 in the morning, vacuuming his carpet, scrubbing the creases in his floors, whatever I had to do, because, you know, you fresh into it, you know, you'll do anything. But when I left out, he was like, man, you going to be my son now. He said, man, this ain't going to never happen again, and you're going to be extremely successful. And I was like, okay. And I'm just thinking that he's just talking. In the back of my mind, I'm like, nigga, you woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Nigga, fuck out of here, man. Ain't gonna be,
Now-
So
ain't
I
no
was
success.
going to ask you about that, but go ahead.
What lesson did that teach you as not only a worker but a business owner? And then how did you relay that back to whoever started the job?
Oh,
Because you fixed it at 2
it
in the
was
morning.
easy. It was easy to relay it back to whoever started. That was easy. That was the easy part, nigga. I mean, I'm like, yeah, bro, fuck out of here, man, and never come back. So that
But
was
you don't
that.
think that was a learning experience for everybody? Like, you put them on the job prematurely, assuming that, oh, you know, you saw something. It was like, oh, we can do it. But you really couldn't do it. So you told them, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And your mentor could have told you to get the fuck out of there.
I mean, it's just how it go. I asked you, could you do this? You said, yeah. You ain't do it.
But they might have thought they could.
Well, I thought they could too.
But that's on you.
No, it's on them.
You a
You know
tough
what I
one.
think? I think you won't be working here ever again.
Now, what if your mentor thought that about you?
I know. You got to give people a chance.
What if
When
he
I
went on
called-
Home
when
Advisor and
see,
doled you
the
out?
reason why my mentor couldn't think that about me is because when it happened, I came. You don't think I called them? Like, what happened? It was nothing. And even the next day when I called them, you know, I'm stuck with that. Nobody helped. Nobody had remorse. You know what I'm saying? It's a loss. You take a loss.
What made
It's
you
just
pick
how
up the
I
phone at 2 a.m.?
Oh, I'm 24 hours.
Oh, that's what you advertise as?
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
giving y'all a little bit of game. If you're 24 hours, the hours where all the competitors and the bigger businesses are closed, after those hours, if people search for whatever you do, your name will be at the top of the list. So that'll get you a lot of hits. It'll get you a lot of traffic on your website, and it'll move you up as far as, you know, the website presence. And that was a big, major help. So, yeah, even to this day, we're still 25 hours. If somebody call my phone at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, I'm like a firefighter. I'm jumping up. I'm gone. Put my long johns on because it's cold outside. But, yeah.
Did you always advertise as 24 hours, or you learned that
Always.
through just the
Always.
business itself? Okay.
Always. And some things I came in the business knowing. You know what I'm saying? Some things I just knew when I came out the gate that I was like, all right, you know. I studied before I started this. You know what I'm saying? I watched and I prepared and I got the basic things out the way, but, you know, for the most part. But
So, what did you feel like at the height of your career or the height of your success versus what you felt like when you hit rock bottom?
when I hit rock bottom, I was sleeping on my grandmother's couch. I was like, everything was just, the morale was low. You know, I still had customers was calling me. I wasn't even taking jobs. You know, you get to that point in life sometime where, you know, you just tap out. You know what I'm saying? Where you just need a break because life will hit you. You know, on top of doing business, life still happens. And that's what people, you know, sometimes neglect. Like, life really happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's times where the business is good. Like, when I first started this, I was all about money. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was all about. But after you get a certain amount of money and after you see that the money gonna be there, that you can get it, you gotta find something else that you really want to do it for. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point that I was at. You know, the money, even right now to this day, man, if somebody asks me for something and I got it, I feel like God blessed me so that I can give to other people. You know what I'm saying? It's just not really about money for me. It's just, I'm not caught up on that. I like to find the things in life like 2K. You know what I'm saying?
What's 2K, the PlayStation game?
Yeah. I can sit in the house and play 2K all day. Don't nobody bother me. Don't call me unless it's about a job.
Don't they have that on NBA and NFL?
I don't know.
No, just NBA 2K. Nobody.
Oh, he said don't play with.
No, I said
I
don't
was
play
in the
with
store
them.
looking for that today.
Oh, okay. So at the height of your career, what did that feel like?
I don't feel like I've reached the height yet. I feel like I'm just always doing just enough to stay relevant, and you know, I don't feel like I'm at the height yet because there's still times where I gotta work. So there is no height. I've still gotta get rid of people. I still gotta find new people. So I haven't reached the height yet. When I find a person that could do what I do, and I could completely 100% move to something else, then I feel like I'm at a height. But right now, I feel like I'm still hustling. I'm still grinding. There's still nights when I'm in the house looking at my website, critiquing it, and, you know, trying to figure out ways to make it better. I mean, I still go through those beginning stages, so it's not like I don't feel like I've done anything. I just made a lot of money. That's it. But it's still not where I wanted to be.
Oh, well, let me ask you this. When you walked into the event Friday and you saw those faces and you saw everybody mingling and you saw your family, what did that do for you?
Oh, man, that was the worst thing that they could have did for me. Let me tell you. Look, when I walked in there and seen that, I'm like, oh! Y'all fucking with a nigga like this, because y'all both know I thought it was going to be good, but I ain't know it was going to be that good. So I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we about to. Well, I mean, I can't even say when I walked through the door because I seen the ticket sales. You know, I was posting it, and a lot of people, I know they was like, this nigga is killing us with the post. Because I was every day posting, every I'm in your DM, like, girls like, I told this one girl, I said, I think you should come out. She was like, I think you should get out my DM, you creep. I'm looking at her like, on to the next one.
Did she come?
Nah, she ain't come.
She missed out.
Yeah, she fucked up. She probably fucking with a broke nigga too, man. But what I'm saying is, I mean, when I seen all those people, I was, you know, I was like, damn. Well, at first I seen my kids, and I'm like, damn, dog, you really did this. Because, you know, I've been working on this party for like 8 months. So it was like, damn, like it really happened? Like, this is crazy. And I was so happy to see all the people that were there because most of them I really knew. And I feel like most of the people that were there, you know, I got so many messages and so much feedback. They like, I never knew that they felt the way that they feel about what I do. And that's the worst thing that they could ever did because now it's like, I feel like I could do anything now. Like, oh, y'all, this what it is? Like, y'all supporting like this?
Not the worst thing.
This the worst thing that could have happened because the haters, man, it's quiet for them. A lot of people be hating. It's quiet for them. So now I feel like if I felt like I could do 8 this year, now I feel like I could do 18. I feel like I could do more because the support is crazy. Like the way that people support it, like the messages that I got after the party, the things that people said while I was at the party, it was a surreal thing. It was like kind of what you always thought. It was what I always thought it would be.
That's good.
But not only did you have the party, you debuted something at the party. So what was that?
A TV show, Through the Wire.
And what's Through the Wire?
Through the Wire is the story of, you know, what it takes for me to do what I do on a daily basis, you know, it's through the wire that I think that I was able to change my life, because without electrical work, I'd probably still be in a go-go band, still smoking weed, still hanging out. Who knows what I'd be doing, man. Shout out to my boys that's still there. You know what I'm saying? They still there. They're my niggas, though. But, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? But electrical work changed my life, man. It made everything different. Everything that I wanted for myself, electrical work made it possible. And that's what Through the Wire is. Through the Wire is the struggles, the highs and the lows, the successes. Is that right? Can I say that? Okay, I just checking. I know you gonna let me rap.
No,
But
she not even.
No, you gonna get. Oh, all right.
Hey,
Dictionary police. But it's the successes, the
Don't say it
losses,
again.
you know what I'm saying? The wins, the losses. It's everything that goes into what I really do. People be asking me, is it like a reality show? And I want to say no so bad, because it's really not, but it's not scripted. It's real. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it's something else. They need a different genre, like a motivational show. You know what I'm saying? Because it's real, man. It's, you know, I got kids. I got an ex-wife. You know, I got different things that happen to me just like everybody else, but work still got to get done. You know what I'm saying? It's people that feed their families based off of what I do. And if I don't go hard, then that's something that somebody else not going to have. You know what I'm saying?
What made you want to do the show?
I want to do a whole bunch of stuff, man. I always want to do stuff. I might call you and be like, hey, I want to do this. And I might really want to do it. And then I might come back and be like, yeah, I said I ain't do that. But
Nah, nigga, don't do that, because you got 2 projects you told me about that we doing.
oh, we doing them.
Okay.
Yeah, we doing those though. Those not those type of things.
Okay.
But nah, I mean, the TV show came because I know that I need a platform to do what I initially want to do. You know, I know I'm not finished, so I'm just coming up with any ideas. You know, I feel like the sky's the limit, man. I came from nowhere. To get where I am now is like sheer act of God. So I feel like I could do anything. So, you know, I seen the TV show and I'm like, man, it's nobody that's doing this. Like even on HGTV, they don't have no young black guys that's, you know, not just showing you the work, but I'm gonna show you how to get the work, how you not get the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you everything. And you know, it's just a lot. It's crazy. So I went with that. I've been to California about it. You know, shout out to my agent Sean. You know, it's crazy. Through the Wire, I'm with it. I'm on it.
So throughout this interview, you've talked about we, and you got your agent, and you got your mentor. And so what that
Y'all need to
seems
talk to my
me-
agent, man.
You need to talk to him?
Y'all need to talk to him.
Oh, okay.
I think I need to sick y'all on him, man. No.
Go ahead. We need that plug. But through this, you talked about different people that have helped you along the way. And it sounds like that was your team. So have people been consistent in your team? How do you pick people to work with? Is that necessary? Do you think you can do it on your own?
Finding people to work with is extremely hard because I got a high work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like the margin of failure is very minuscule to me. Like I don't want to fail. And if I'm, you know, I got to pick people who I feel like could produce on the level that I want to produce. Because, you know, I'm always thinking. I'm always working. So it's very hard to work with me. And I know that, which is why I pay people good when they work with me. If you come work with me, you'll never find nobody to work with me that didn't say that they didn't get paid good. Because I expect above average things from people. And it's not easy. But it's necessary. And because at the end of the day, living testimony is not just me. As soon as you step on my job with one of my customers, even if I'm not there, now that's you. So I got to put people in those positions that can carry that. And that's hard to find these days. It's very, very hard to find. Y'all know some good electricians that try and work, let me know. Because it's hard to find.
Now I heard you say you come from nowhere. What does nowhere look like? Like, what does that mean?
Nowhere look like a kid that come from unlikely circumstances. Man, you still made it. That's what nowhere is to me. Like my mother the other day when she was at the party, I know she was just like, man. I could remember when he was in elementary school and they called me when he walked out to school and I was missing for like hours. They didn't know where I was. I was on Ritalin back then. But people used to always tell my mother stuff. I wasn't going to make it, you know. I was a problem child. I needed this. I needed that. It was a lot of people didn't expect me to be where I'm at right now.
Did you?
Well, I won't say that I didn't expect to be here, but I didn't want this for myself. I wanted to do what I was doing. I was in a go-go band. I wanted to be in a go-go band. I was happy with that. I was there. But then life just started to hit different as I began to see and understand more things spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I started to look at things differently. Like, I'm the man in my family. So I got women that's looking that, you know, I love my family. Man. I love my mother. I love my grandmother. I love my aunt to death, AJR. I love my nieces, my nephews, which is my aunt's kids, so they really my cousins. But I love my family, and my family is predominantly women. So at that point, it's like, man, you got a lot of weight to pull.
So you felt a lot of pressure?
It is pressure every day because they watching. They watching. Like, my mother said something real slick the other day in a group chat, and I had to check her like, yo, Ma, you out of line for saying that. But she was talking facts. So, you know, they watch. So I try to, you know, it's a lot. It's hard to make a mistake when you got people watching you, especially people that you love.
Now, how often do you return back to nowhere to show that you are better than your circumstance, that you can be better than your circumstance?
I go to nowhere every chance I get. If somebody call me today and say, hey, can you come and speak at such and such and such and such? I'm like, yeah, cool. What time? Can I come? How much you in charge? Don't worry about it. I'm just coming. Like, I went to Job Corps last week. Girl that I went to school with, you know, she set that up, and, you know, she just asked me, and I was like, yeah. Matter of fact, I went to her and asked her about it. And then there's some alternative schools that we went to in Silver Spring, some in D.C., and we went to Phelps. You know, there's a lot of schools we go to. Whenever people say they want me to come, I come. And then sometimes I even bring, you know, people with me. Like, you know, I got Kirk, who has Infinite Evolution. You know, he does a lot of community work and things.
He was on your show.
Right.
The T-ball coach.
Right.
That don't know nothing about T-ball.
That's
what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Kirk, I'm mad you said that. But, yeah, so I got, you know, the thing is, I take it very personal when people always say that they about things that they're not really about. Like, people always say, yeah, you know, I'm with this movement and, you know, I want to do this for the kids and, you know, this and that, and then nothing never happens. You know, I take that personal. So, you know, I don't post a lot of the stuff I do. Sometimes I might say a picture or something like that, but we do a lot, and we do it for real. Like, if it's a need and we can help, all right, we there.
Do you feel like you owe that to your community?
I feel like I owe it to humanity, to my people, because I feel like God made people to help people. So, you know, that's what I'm made for. That's what you made for. Like, when I met with you in Carmen 2 weeks ago, you know, I was thinking about jumping off the ship with the party. But here y'all come and just gave me a whole different boost. Like, that helped me at that point. I don't even think y'all understand how much that helped me. And then I get the opportunity to go into neighborhoods that kids that look just like me, that grew up like me, that, you know, don't have a lot of things that a lot of kids have, and, you know, maybe struggling with school, and I go get to talk to those kids. Yeah, so I could do the same thing for them that you did for me, you know, and that other people do for me, because I don't always have it always together, you know. It's crazy, so, yeah.
Do you get good feedback from people when you go to those places?
Yeah.
Are they surprised to see you?
Yeah, they
Are they expecting something else?
They see niggas show up with Jordans on. They like, who is this? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And then, yeah, I think that they always surprised because, you know, this generation of kids is different. It's harder to really captivate their minds and, you know, get them to buy into what you're saying. But I just go in there and I tell them, like, straight up, like, listen, bro, like, how you want to do this? Like, I was at Job Corps the other day, and the kid told me, he said, man, excuse my language, he said, man, fuck that, man. Talk to me in peas.
What's that?
Fuck that mean?
Oh, okay.
So he was like, man, he said, man, you got to put this a way that I can understand it, you know? He was talking about drugs. So I come to find out nigga never sold drugs. But this is just the things that you got to break through.
P is the drug?
Pounds. Ounces and pounds.
Oh.
So anyway, The kids, it's a lot of things that's out there that the kids have access to. And when I come in access with the kids, I just want to give them something different to have access to. Like, yeah, you see these rappers, and people glorify the rappers, but I think that the people like y'all and me and other people are the real people to look up to. I don't look up to no fucking rappers. Like, I just don't. So, and when I meet the kids, I want to show them, like, look, bro, I'm just like you. And look what I'm doing. You could do this. You could do it better than me. I'll show you. Yeah.
Do you think that you cutting them, this might not be right, but like cutting them short, right? You
I'm going to judge you, too, when you say get it wrong. You with me or you against me? How you rocking? What side you on?
So
Pick a side right now. Pick a side. No, pick a
She
side.
rocking with me, nigga.
Come on, we gonna stop that nigga use. Stop.
We not.
We
I
are.
didn't
We
even
talked
say that
about
word
that
today
and
yet. I'm
That's
surprised.
just my
We are.
word.
I think I might say it now, though.
We,
What, nigga?
Maybe.
it's the Uncensored Network, baby. You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
But do you think you cutting them short by talking to them in P's rather than talking to them like a business owner?
I give it to them however they want it. I mean,
As long as they get
by
it.
the time I leave that room, see, this is the way that I am. When I come into the room, it don't matter how we start. It's how we finish. It's like church on Sunday. You know, you might go low, but you gonna leave high.
All
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
Michelle.
Yeah. So, I mean,
What church you
we
go
could. You want to know for real?
Yeah, shout.
Oh, my father's house, Christian Church International
Where's it at?
in Virginia.
Oh.
It's in Alexandria.
Oh.
Yeah, shout out to them. Greatest church in Alexandria.
Why is the greatest church?
It is the greatest church in Alexandria.
But why?
That's besides the point. Listen.
No, I want to know why.
Because it's a spirit-led church, a true church that serves their community. What else you want to know?
You know, some people say that the church holds black people back.
Some people do, but it depends on what type of church you go to. My pastor is responsible for a lot of my growth. He's one of the people who showed me a lot in business and life, period. You know, he's never been no, money vulture type of dude. You know, he was like a father to me. So I can't really speak for other people's churches. You know, I only can speak for my church. You know. But, when I go to these schools, I'll meet you wherever you at because you got to come down to their level. But then once I grab you, we going up. We're going to go up. And then when I leave you, we're going to be at the top. We're going to look back where you was when we started. And this is where you should stay at. Some of them do, some of them don't. But that's just how you got to start where they at. Because you got to get their attention first. You got to make kids trust you. They don't trust you and they feel like, oh, nah, I ain't believing this nigga. Nothing that he say. Then you can't even get them.
So I got a question. On this show, we've had men like Lamont and
I see him.
I want to say James. What's cool hunter name?
That's his name, James.
Oh, okay. Whew, thank God, because I always get them mixed up. So we had them, and then me and you had a show where they talked about the black male masculinity and all of that, the influence of the community and even women on men. And then we talked about how we are as women towards black men. So do you think that black women have been your biggest supporter since you grew up a lot around them? Have they been your biggest help, or have they been somewhat of a burden? And not just your family, but even the bitch that was hating in your inbox.
I love black women. And that's that.
Has there ever been a time where we have been a burden more than...
Nah, I'm the man. I'm the leader. It's no way that a woman could be a burden to me. It's my job to lead you. If you don't follow, then you're not connected. Then you're not connected, then you dismiss. There's no hindrances from women.
Ooh.
Yeah, because, I mean, you the man. How can you let a woman derail you from what you're doing? Like, or stop you, or stunt your growth?
You can't?
Nah.
Okay.
If she do, she got to go.
Okay.
Women are too important. God made women to help me. And if they not helping, then they hurting you. So they got to go. I believe in black women. Black women are superheroes to me. My family is made of black women. Black women, this whole family that I'm from, built on black women. You know what I'm saying? I believe in black women. Black women is the hidden success for black men.
Okay, I
Once,
agree.
when black men understand what they supposed to be doing and they start linking up with the right women, they'll see that they'll be a lot more successful.
What's the right woman?
A virtuous woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, when you meet the right woman, it will do things to you. It will propel you to other levels that nobody else can get you to go to. And the reason you could go to those levels is because, man, the right woman is going to keep you together. And we talked about this before. The right woman is going to make sure that you ain't got a booger in your nose. She going to make sure that you straight.
Why you look at me? I feel like I got a booger in my nose.
It might be, but we going to act like it ain't. Nah, for real, though. The right woman is the key to it all. The right woman, man. It's key. So, no, they can't hinder you. Because now this is just me, because I'm a spiritual person. I believe in biblical things. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And all of his treasures and blah, blah, blah should be given to him. That's what I believe. So that's what I believe.
Okay.
If you find any other woman, she ain't yours, throw her back. Give her up.
Will, but before we get to the mess, what's one gem that you would leave with the people about living testimony?
Never give up, man.
Never.
I don't know if that's a gem, but
How easy is that? Or how hard is that?
it's not hard at all. If you could give up on it, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. You're going to move on to the next thing. You're wasting your time. If you gave up on it, you know what I'm saying? Another biblical thing, this is the last one. A man that take his hand off the plow is not fit for the kingdom. If you take your hand off of what you're doing, then you're not fit to do it. It's not for you. Let somebody else do it. You go find something else to do.
Okay. So, boy, before we go to the mess, what's next for LT Electric?
Oh, man. We're still in business. That's a good
You
thing.
better be.
Yeah, the party was amazing. We definitely gonna throw another one. I don't know if y'all was hyping me up when y'all said it was the best party that y'all ever went to. Not y'all two, but the people. But
No, that's one of the best ones I've been
yeah,
to.
so I'm looking to do more interactive things.
Because it wasn't really just a party.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was an experience.
It was, and it's for a grown and mature crowd. You know what I mean? Like the go-go and all that is cool because we went to Harborside all together. That's cool, but we was able to do a little bit of everything here. Like we made some connections. We got our waist beads. We met a couple.
Did y'all call?
Off air.
Oh, I'm sorry. That just hit me. I was just like,
We made a couple of connections. So it wasn't just a party, but it was an amazing experience. You did an amazing job. What's the show about, real quick? Did we already talk about that?
yeah, we did. Well, we can talk about it again. I always like talking about it. What?
Tell them where to find the show.
Right now it's on YouTube. I'm gonna drop my agent information on my social media so y'all can press him out to tell him that he needs to move on getting the show on air, because this is not gonna be a YouTube thing. If it comes down to YouTube or the show is done, it's done.
But people started YouTube.
Nah.
Which baby started there?
Yeah, I ain't baby.
The one with Usher and Justin Bieber. Justin.
Nah.
Oh,
my
baby.
My baby not starting there. I'm gonna drop 5 episodes on YouTube. This first season, I'm gonna give him the 5 episodes.
Okay.
Because when we went to California, we've been to California already, and they told us that they loved the show, but it needs to be shot better, and we know that.
Really?
Yeah, it needs.
I thought it was really good.
It is really good, but when you dealing with people that's on a Hollywood level, and that's something we could talk about another time, but that it's a different beast out there. So it's a lot that they want to change, and it's a lot that they want to do. But they like the show. It's nobody doing it. And I think that people don't understand how close it is to really being on TV.
But how much control do you really want to give them over your show?
That's the reason why I'm here right now, because I didn't give them all the control that they wanted over the show. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, when you get to a point, you got to get to a point where you can call the shots. In Hollywood. And I'm going to tell you the truth, if I knew that it took what it takes to make a show, I probably wouldn't have went this route. But now I'm in it. I'm like thousands of dollars invested, over $10,000 invested. So at this point, it's like it's no turning back. And to me, it's not dead till my agent called me and he said, "Hey, look, man, you know, I just don't think that this gonna work." And you'll get that call. It's real out there.
On to the shit. He gonna show it at the end. Oh, okay. That's how we gonna close it. Okay.
Well, my co-host insisted that we watch Love and Hip Hop this season.
Yes, come on, Chrissy.
But you didn't watch it.
I fell asleep, but I watched some.
So you owe me 120 minutes.
I'm
of my
gonna
life.
go watch tonight.
We talking tonight. We talking now, actually.
Okay, catch me up. What I miss?
So, and you can answer this, Anthony. Okay. You date someone, you all break up. What is the time frame for when your friend can go at her, if ever?
Never.
Because on this season,
Never?
No, if you had a girl, and she was your girl, she's off limits.
I agree. I just.
so Safari, Rich Dollars, and Sin Santana, is that her name? All of them have shared Erica Mena.
Oh, you're right.
And she's now, where they're at in the storyline, she's engaged to Safari, but they're set to be married. She's now expecting a baby with him, but she also has been linked to Bow Wow. She's been linked to a few people. Is it safe to say that's like the Hollywood culture? Like once you get with one, it's kind of cool to be passed around, or is it still bros before hoes?
Niggas got money.
So what does that mean?
When you got money, the rules change.
Oh, tell me more.
That's a fact.
So are we talking about being bought?
Buy on. Yes.
So who's being bought? The girl?
The girl is not being bought. I say more so she's selling out.
So it's her fault
She
for being passed around.
She getting passed around. She ain't have to take the offer when nigga go at her.
So we not gonna hold Fizz responsible for taking Omarion's baby mother.
She used to a certain type of nigga. Ain't no other nigga gonna pick her up.
Well, Fizz seemed like a different type of woman.
Fizz,
I don't really know.
Fizz is a wild nigga.
Hey, did you watch the reunion though? Did you see on part 2 when Zell was like, he was telling April to shut up or he smacked little Fizz? And Fizz ain't say shit.
Because Fizz followed directions. He shut his ass up.
Fizz is wild, man.
So is that a Hollywood thing? Is that a neighborhood thing? Like, how does that work? So who's really at fault here, if anybody? Because now Erica is expecting a baby with Safari. Well, she's having a baby with him. And they still travel in that circle.
Who?
Safari, Sin, Rich. Like, all of them are still, for the purpose of the show, I guess, they're all going to be at these different events and industry events and outings. What you think they feel like?
But Safari and Rich not talking because...
No, but they are. If you
Somebody
watch the show...
always ain't talking to Rich.
If you watch the show...
I don't even watch Love and Hip Hop, but I done seen a little bit. And everything... Somebody always beefing with Rich Dollars.
For real?
Man, what?
So how does that work?
It's a Hollywood thing.
So you got a little bit of money.
Yeah, but ain't no tricking over here. So, I don't know.
So you saying that she's there for the tricks? And
I
she's
think
providing
she
the
did for
trade?
the tricks, man. I think she did for the trick. She want the money, man. Come on. You just got to be a green nigga. The niggas with all the money is green. And Hollywood is a Hollywood thing.
Now, what's going to happen when you get bigger than what you already are?
I'm sure they could look at my eyes and see there's no green here. It's very hard to get anything out of me.
Okay.
So what you think?
I think that shit is all weird.
I think it's weird. It's
Hollywood. All being passed around. I think it's an acceptable culture. Do I think that...
Out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, us common folk, we look at that like, oh, nah, I wouldn't do that. But then you have some people who do it. You know, who date behind their friends. And then it's a thing of, like, I mean... That nigga wasn't my friend, or that's not my man. So it's excusable in some instances. Not mine, but whatever.
Do you think there's any time lapse that would make it okay? Like, say we were boyfriend and girlfriend in elementary school, and in college y'all dating?
Go ahead. But as adults, and you know, like we've been around each other, and you know that there was. If
It
you
was elementary school. We was fucking 10.
if you don't
elementary
get
school
your,
different.
if you like me, check yes or no ass
Yes,
out here.
can I
don't
have a
care. No, don't do that. Don't. We are on air. Don't do that.
Go ahead. You got a story for the people?
No.
Well,
Thank you very much.
I mean, but if you, no.
No, I don't.
I love Carmen. Listen, no, let me tell a story.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we
Give
had-
him some more Julio.
Yeah, come
Oh,
on.
I want to hear the story. Story time.
Listen, you know how everybody got the neighborhood girl?
Mm-hmm.
That's the girl around the hood.
Well, let's clarify that because the
Yeah,
neighborhood girl
okay.
can
I'm cleaning
No.
it up. I'm cleaning
Because
it up.
the neighborhood girl
I'm
can be
cleaning it up.
loose.
I'm cleaning it up. Now, you ain't let me finish.
Okay.
You know how you just got certain girls in the hood that nobody can have. It's a good girl. And then you a little nigga, and you get the older girls that you got little crushes on. Yeah, that's common.
The older girl.
I mean, nigga, we was like 13.
Is she the older
We
woman
playing
now?
baseball. Carmen come outside with some Daisy Dukes on and some Chuck Taylors, the
You a
red
whole
ones.
ass lie.
I mean, they weren't Daisy Dukes, but
thank
they
you.
was real short shorts that nobody at our age was wearing. Thicker than a Snicker. You hear me?
You sure that was me?
It's damn sure. You sure it wasn't you? Nah, man, Carmen, you know how it is.
And what she tell you?
Boy, you gonna get your little.
Y'all
out
are
here
so
around.
messy right now.
Don't worry. One day I'm gonna be on your level.
And here we are today.
Are y'all done? I think it's time to roll the clip.
Yeah,
It ain't time to roll the
It's
clip.
really your co-host, your host,
No, it's
your
not.
partner that antagonized me to do this.
Oh, look who joined. Let me send her a wave.
Okay.
Boy, she gonna kill me after this.
No, she not.
Yes, she
Look at her cup.
Oh yeah, I'm dead.
She good. No, she good.
Y'all ready to go to the clip?
It's not time.
I think it is.
Okay.
It's
so-
8:27.
If I'm
Okay.
not here after the clip, then y'all know what happened to me. Carmen got me.
We closing out after this. Tell them where to find you on all platforms, website, all that.
Website is www.ltelitedmv.com. Instagram is LT_electric. And Facebook is just LT electric.
Where are you listed at? Are you still on Angie's list?
No, thank God. Nah, just Google me.
Come on with it.
You know what I'm saying? Just look me up in Google. Man, it is gonna be one that come up in California. We don't know who the dudes is, man. You gotta put PG County or Maryland or something. DCA to come up.
Or y'all can just slide and comment DM and she'll give you the information. What we about to see?
Messy.
What we about to see?
Tell the people what we about to say.
Oh, I'm dead. Right now, you about to watch this trailer of an interview and some other pieces and snippets from the show. Interview done by the lovely Miss Carmen herself. Thank you for doing that too.
Sure.
And yeah.
How do they look you up on YouTube, the show?
LT Electric or Through the Wire. And you
On,
got now look,
YouTube?
the Through the Wire one is a new video, so you gotta scroll down a little bit to find it.
Cause I seen some
You gotta go to my
videos.
channel. My channel is Living Testimony. Go to the channel, it says Living Testimony, and you'll probably have better luck. Because when you post a video on YouTube, it take a while for it to get to the top. Like when we hit LT Electric, some stuff will come up, but you know, go to it and search the channel, and then you know.
Mention something about a TV show. What's that about?
Can I hear it?
The business deals, the jobs that I get, the jobs that I don't get, how I bid on the jobs, and then doing all this, helping my community, and then still being a father at the end of the day, because that's important to me. I feel like electrical work saved my life. Everything that I had to do to get here, it was through the wire.
You made it back after the clip.
I think she waiting till we go outside.
Oh, okay.
She's from the hood, so she probably, you know, no cameras, she don't catch me.
Thanks
Well,
for coming out.
We not back.
Last
next
time
Tuesday.
ever coming out. See y'all never
No, it's
again.
not. No, it's not. You'll be back.
Calm and look at.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. We out.
Bye.